Hey folks, it's dinner time. I didn't see him at the window. I thought maybe he was going to be late again, but here he is. Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So, guess you're early. So I'm actually no, I'm not early. I'm like right on time. So there's still a little bit of daylight left. But anyway, yeah, let's get your food. So I got the super supper with kibble. So I'm picking up the plate now. Ready for some food? Okay, I'm gonna open the door now. Okay. So I'm gonna pick up the food. And I'm gonna start bringing it out. Want the food? So you're gonna have to move if you want the food. I don't want you to hiss at me. So you see I got food in my hand here. Ready for some food? So I notice the moment I cross this door threshold, he's gonna hiss if he doesn't move back. Want some food? You're quiet tonight. You're not meowing. So while he's not moving, just point out, I think the scratcher has moved again. So I think he's been using it. I see something that looks like torn straw on the scratcher on the edge. Its resolution's probably not good enough, but I think that suggests, yeah, he actually has been using it. So good for him. Just meow. He just stuck out his tongue. Okay, Scruffy, I'm gonna come out. Okay. Yeah. See, I knew you were gonna hiss the moment I stepped through that threshold. Food on table, water. So I don't know what your problem is. We do this every night. You know I gotta bring out the food, and you hiss at me. Not a very smart cat, you know that? I'm gonna walk past you. So I'm gonna change your water. So I have no idea if he's had any water. I don't think he has. I'm not a very smart cat. So I'm changing your water. Okay, so brand new water. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down in the chair first, okay? And now I'm gonna get the glove on. Okay, is that a meow? So I was brushing to my leg. Okay, so he knows the drill. So it didn't rain today, and we didn't have any thunderstorms. In fact, the sun actually came out. So this turned out to be a pretty nice day. I think it's a little cooler than yesterday, but not that much cooler. But I think, yeah, it's supposed to cool down the next several days again. So I was looking for Scruffy, and I did see him, let's see, I think it was this morning, sleeping under the table. And I think that's also when I noticed that the scratcher had moved. Now I'm pretty sure I reset it last night, So I think, yeah, it's actually in a different position now. I'm worried that maybe I didn't reset it, and so it's in the exact same position as it was last night before or yesterday when I noticed it was moved. So my intent was to reset it. So if he used it again, I'd know. It looks a lot like how it was moved before. So if I did forget to reset it, maybe he didn't use it. I did reset the carrier, so it's no longer hanging off the table. So last night, he did climb onto the table a couple hours after dinner, and he was spying on me. Oops. Scared him with my cough. So, yeah, he spied on me a couple times. I actually had to take out the trash last night, and while I was in the alleyway dealing with the trash can, I saw he was starting to walk down the aisleway, and then I guess he noticed me, and then he stopped, and then he turned back and watched me from a distance. It was really dark, but I could see his eyes reflecting. And then I got a flashlight, and I could definitely see his eyes reflecting. And so then I came back in, and then later on, I saw him on the table, and he was spying on me again. And then I think he stayed there for maybe another hour or so. So I'd check up on him every now and then, see if he was still spying on me. And then eventually he disappeared. And I didn't see him again. Until, today at lunch, or no, this morning when he was sleeping under the table, and then I noticed that the scratcher had been moved as well. So, but I didn't see him again after that. And since the sun came out in the afternoon, I'm not sure if that meant he went on patrol or if he was just hiding in the yard somewhere. I did see some medium-sized birds land in the yard here, and so I was actually kind of concerned for their safety, because maybe Scruffy is going to turn them into a meal. We don't get a lot of birds here anymore, because I think he and the other feral cats have been killing them all. So that's kind of a problem with the feral cats. They decimate the native population. So yeah, you know you're a pest, right? Not much better than a mouse or a rat. Yeah, if you stick to killing mice and rats, it wouldn't be so much of a problem, but at least the non-native ones, the native ones. I don't know if we have any native mice or rat species around here. I assume we do, but yeah, I don't know them well enough. So I watch Mousetrap Mondays, and he lives in Oregon, I believe, and he was somewhere on a farm, and so when he deals with mice, particularly when he captures them, he always has to make a note of which ones are the invasive, house variety, non-native species, and which ones are the native deer mice to his region. And he's not allowed to dispatch the native deer mice by law, since they're a native species. But the regular invasive house mouse and rat. I think he said they're Norwegian in origin, so European definitely, and so you can get rid of those. Okay, so we're about our 10-minute mark here, so I think it's time to give you your food. You want some food? I think it's time to give you your food. Okay, we'll finish up. Okay. So, here is your food. I'm gonna grab the brush. Wow, he's chirping or something for the food. So since he wasn't meowing, I thought he wouldn't be hungry. But I don't know. So yeah, his tail's kind of tangled. So he doesn't have that grooming artifact from yesterday, so maybe the flea is gone. So the brush is going through pretty smoothly. So I didn't see Scruffy at the window or the patio door, or from, yeah, I didn't see him from the kitchen window at the door. So he meant he was So I just switched the brush. So he meant he was very close to the door, which is why I couldn't see him. So since I'm on time, like I'm sharp at the start of dinner time tonight. So last time it was like a couple minutes early, and he was late. But he used to line up at the door like an hour earlier, so I don't know if the longer daylight hours are shifting the schedule. Because maybe his internal clock is based on the sun and not an internal biological clock or real-time clock. So you already flipped the brush over. I don't think I said that. So I'm going to try to get his tail. Okay. So I'm going to put the brush down. Okay, so I'm done brushing him. So I need to remember to reset the scratcher so it's perfectly straight. That way I know if he has used it again, or something has used it again, or moved it. So there's still a possibility that some other cats are sneaking back here and I don't know about them. Because I did watch, I'm pretty sure I watched for the scratcher last night, and when he was on the table, and then when I was looking for him after he left the table, I looked down here, and I think I saw the scratcher had not been moved. So I think I would have made a mental note of that. So, I was looking for the scratcher, and so I must have reset it because I was looking for it. And so he didn't use it, at least in the evening up to midnight. So I'm not sure when he's using it, because I think this morning, it was kind of mid-late morning, I think. Yeah, it had been moved, so maybe he was using it like around sunrise. So understand cats are active at sunrise and sunset. I forgot the word, but they like to be awake during the transition of the sun. So they're not nocturnal, and they're not, got the term for when they're awake during the day. So anyway, since the weather was good today, I decided to do my intervals because this would be, I think, a week. So I try to do it every week. So today would be the ideal day. So it was a little bit colder, so I was like running on that fringe of if I should wear a heavy sweater or go short sleeve. So last week I think it was a little bit warmer, and I went in the short sleeve, and that was pretty cold. So today I opted for the sweater, and yeah, I think my intervals went well, well as I could, expect. I think at least on par with how I did last week, I think. I may have shown maybe a slight improvement. It's hard to say. To the people at the park, I took some alternate routes, which make it hard for me to measure the distance, because I'm doing it kind of relative based on how far along I am in the course. And so today, yeah, I was taking more detours to avoid people, and then at one point I had to stop and fix my shoe. And yes, I wear these inserts in my shoes because I have supination. So it's when your feet kind of point outwards. So the outside of your foot gets more wear than your inside of the foot. Pronation is the opposite, where the inside of your foot gets more wear than outside. So I think more people are pronated. So I'm the opposite. I'm supinated. And I think that was the reason I got injured a couple of years ago. So I've plantar fasciitis, fasciitis. I forgot how to pronounce it, but yeah, that that injury basically. I think you're more susceptible with supination, and so I bought some inserts to try to correct or compensate for that. So it shifted in my shoe today at one point, so I had to stop, take off my shoe, and reset the insert. So the inserts have adhesive at the bottom, but it didn't last long, so basically I think after like a day or two, the adhesive stopped working, so basically I'm hoping that friction and gravity kind of keep it in place, but in this case it got shifted while I was running. But anyway, yeah, despite even that and the alternate course or routes I was taking, I think I got a little bit further on the course than I did last week, if I try to factor in all those differences. So I think that means I was running it a little bit faster, which means I'm probably improving. And then when I got back, it was getting close to dinner time here, and I wanted to kill some time because I didn't feel like trying to work and then have to come feed him. So I ended up doing pull-ups and used the bands a little bit on the side of the deck here. So I didn't see Scruffy out there. I don't think he was spying on me, so that's why I was kind of wondering where he was, because I don't. Maybe he was sitting close to the door all the time and I couldn't see him, but he hasn't been. I don't think he's been coming as early to dinner, waiting at the door. So I think he may have been out. And so that's also why I was worried about the birds, because that's when I saw the medium-sized birds fly into the garden, and I was worried, yeah, he might be on the prowl and might catch a meal. And he might not be hungry for dinner. But he's eating. But it's actually a little bit slower tonight, so when he first kind of chirped, I thought maybe that meant he was going to be hungry and eat fast, but yeah, he's kind of going slow tonight. So yeah, we're about 2 minutes, I think, behind. I'm counting. So I think on his faster nights, so on his average nights, I'll finish around the 20-minute mark. On his really fast nights, yeah, I think it's closer to like 16. I'm actually hoping I'll finish soon. There he goes. Oh, is he going to drink the water? No. Oh, he's going to park here. Figures. So I'm actually kind of hungry, so I actually kind of want to go in and eat. But I'm going to let him finish up here. Actually, I need a shower too. I think I'd rather take a shower first before I eat. Well, I'm actually hungry, so I'm kind of debating. Do I eat first and then take a shower, or shower first and then eat? So actually, I'm still in my running clothes. I actually put the jeans and the ratty sweatshirt all on top of my gym clothes. So since it's been so cold this winter, I usually come out in warmer clothes with thermal underwear, and then I put the jeans and the heavy sweatshirt on. And I put the jeans and the sweatshirt on basically as scratch protection, because I don't want him injuring me, so I consider these clothes kind of my armor. And then I keep them near the door, so I take them right off. I take them off when I go in. And the reason for that is if he's carrying any parasites or diseases and they get on the clothes, it won't be tracking. Hopefully, it won't be tracking them into the house, and hopefully they won't take root in the house and spread. So the weather report suggests it may rain tonight, in the middle of the night. I guess we'll see. But then I think it's supposed to be clear tomorrow for the day. So depending if it rains tomorrow or in the middle of the night, I may or may not go for the bike ride. And depending on how I feel from the intervals, I may or may not go for the bike ride. But I think the past few weeks, I felt strong enough to do a bike ride the day after my intervals. So I usually worry about the intervals because, yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel pain or exhaustion from them. So I don't want to overdo it and injure myself. So sometimes I need the rest since, yeah, the intervals are high impact. The weather report, I think in like 5 days, suggested it may start warming up again. We're still technically in winter, so I'm not sure what to expect. But if it does warm up, I'm tempted to go out to some other parks to do a bike ride. Interesting. So he didn't turn the corner. So he's grooming himself again. So I thought he was going to leave. So notice he didn't drink any of the water. So I'm going to take the glove off. So if it does warm up and the weather starts getting nicer, yeah, I'm telling myself I should go out to some of the other parks that are decent for bike riding. But so a couple problems. So first problem is, yeah, they're not that close. I gotta drive, and so I got the bike rack. I still don't really trust it, but I think it's a good bike rack. I think it'll hold. I'm just not very comfortable with it, just because it's brand new to me. It's one of those temporary ones you just kind of strap it to your trunk. It's semi-tempted to buy one of those you bolt onto the bottom of your car, but a lot more expensive. Anyway, I guess Scruffy's gone, so I'll finish that story another night. But let's take a look at this scratcher. So the thing I was pointing out were these threads here on the edge. So they look newly worn. I don't think they were like that before. So I think he may have pulled it there, and then there's another thread right there that looks pulled. So I think he's been using it. So I'm going to reset it so it's basically straight with the carpet now. So hopefully if he shifts it again, I'll see it. Okay, well that's it for tonight, and thanks for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.